Our next guest made his return to stand-up comedy yesterday with his very own Netflix debut. Hello, how are you?
Hi, guys. It's very nice to see you.
And you too. And, do you know, watching that, how lovely to hear an audience laughing.
Isn't it just? Yeah, no, I haven't heard an audience laughing for ages. Although, weirdly, last night I did this Scandinavian talk show and they had a whole audience. And I said to the guy hosting, why have you got a whole audience? And he said, they're all in the same family. But
What?
Must be the biggest family in Norway. But other than that, no, I'm very much missing audiences. And of course, you two. I mean, Phil, you were at my first ever DVD in the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I was.
You weren't there.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you just said then. Say that again. I wasn't there.
No.
But
No, I'm sorry, Phil wasn't there. There's a strange... I'm not very good at this Zoom thing. Am I doing everything right?
You're doing perfectly. You just slightly broke up.
Well, we're sort of...
Ring a light to make me look attractive, but the problem is when I lean in, it starts to go completely crazy.
We're sort of used to you on Zoom because at the beginning of the lockdown, our gang, our extended gang, we're all doing weekly quizzes organised by Holly and Dan.
We did our best.
You know, I absolutely loved those quizzes until I came actually rock bottom, and it was quite... Because we were all so sad anyway underneath, but that was quite a blow, actually. Because I think... Can we name names? Is it all right to name names?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because the Shearers kept coming quite low down, and I thought we were always going to be slightly ahead of the Shearers.
They were good at the sporting round.
Yeah, they were getting a special Geordie round, and then they came like third overall. And my wife had a massive row about some supermodel that she said she knew the answer. I made her change her answer. But I have to say, it was lovely to see you guys, and it was just an extraordinary time and a terrifying time. But it was a real light in that time. But not as exciting.
Thank God we don't have to rely on our quizzes to keep us entertained, because now on Netflix we can watch The Master at Work, which is you. And congratulations, by the way, because this is the first time that you streamed on Netflix like this. So is that right?
It is my first streaming. I'm a bit old school. I've been trying to explain it to family members. My mother-in-law does not understand Netflix. She keeps calling up saying, "When's it on?" And I'm saying, "It's on now. It's on all the time." And she's like, "Well, it's on. I'm missing it. What time is it?" She just can't get her head around. What time does it start? No, you can watch it later if you like. At what time? I don't know. I don't know your schedule. You can watch it at 9. So it's on at 9. No, it's not on at 9. It's on now. Am I missing it? So it's taking a lot to come to terms with, but yes, it's on Netflix. It's streaming. It's very exciting. I'm in a nice little window of my teenage boys, thinking I'm cool. I kind of think, yeah, I think they're sort of like they're quite impressed that I'm on Netflix.
That's
they're not
very
gonna
cool.
watch. Oh, I'm enjoying that. I'm milking that. I'm loving it.
And how lovely, because it's also, as Holly says, it's relatively new for you, but a nice sort of concise hour as well, which is good. It's a very easy watch, very funny watch.
Yes, well, that's the aim, Phil. I'm hoping. I didn't want to make it difficult for you, Phil, at a complicated 85 minutes.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. I want a straight hour. That's what I want.
Listen, I'm offering you 1 hour respite from this nightmare.
It is mad, isn't it, when you think about it? Because I think, did you film it back in March? So it was just before lockdown came in, all the regulations. I mean, you must have had one of the final audiences, really. For you,
I said it to them. I walked out on stage as a joke. I said, this could be the last time we gather together as a crowd. And then it actually came true. I mean, nobody believed it. It was so sudden. And I don't know why we didn't foresee it, because it was sweeping Europe. But I suppose it was just so alien and unknown. So, yes, to get this recorded in time was a real bonus. And then, of course, I was selfishly hoping they would push it out, because I'm like, everyone's inside at home.
Perfect timing.
So no one's acted out. I mean, what a dream for ratings.
Yeah, well, as we found ourselves. For you, though, obviously, you look at your family, you look at the boys, look at, getting in the bath, all of that sort of stuff, constantly thinking, constantly writing. When we're in the middle of all of this and there's not a lot of humour to be found, have you managed to be able to write some stuff for when you can get back on stage?
Yeah, everything is funny, but obviously I always used to say that anything is potentially funny, and then we found out that it isn't. It really wasn't funny at all, and it didn't feel like it was the time for comedy. But what was so nice is there was a lot of comedy at that time, from people on social media and people finding humour and being locked down with their kids and all that sort of cutting each other's hair and stuff. So there was comedy that kept us going, and it was a very natural thing. But for a comedian like myself, it was just terrifying, really. Just suddenly, just be worried for everybody and for the planet, and not seeing any humour. But it's slowly coming back, I think, in all senses. And we've got to get back to normal as quickly as possible.
Are you writing? You write it because when our researcher talked to you, you were on page 79 of the second part of your autobiography.
That's exactly right. I've started writing. Because I needed to be creative, so I started to write again, and that's going really well. I'm on page 81. So there's been 2 pages.
And will you come back, because I know that you're also working on The Wheel, which is a bit of a different hat for you because you're hosting this huge game show, and this is for the BBC, isn't it?
Yeah, well, having experienced lockdown quizzes with yourself and your husband, and you, Phil, I realised that I'm going to need to host rather than participate in any further testing of my general knowledge, because I have none. So, yes, we're making a BBC game show called The Wheel, and just really exciting. And I had this idea before any of this happened, but it just so happens that it is a completely socially distanced game show.
Lucky.
Because, naturally, we scaled it all out before any of this happened, and everyone is literally on a wheel about a metre apart, and then there's a contestant in the middle, and I'm sort of going around the wheel in between. So I think it's going to be possible to make it. I'm very much excited about it, and we'll crack on with that. And it's just important to keep busy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you been busy, Phil? Aren't you writing a book, Phil?
Yeah, I've done that. All done, all finished.
It all finished? When is it out, Phil?
October the 15th. I don't think I'm allowed to say. We're not allowed to talk about my stuff.
You are going to be in trouble now. Michael, it's lovely to talk to you. It really is.
I love you both. It's so nice to see you, and I can't wait to get back in the studio and see you.
I know. We look forward to that too. We really do. As for now, you can catch Michael on Netflix. It's streaming, which means you can catch it all of the time, even right now. Just wait till the show's over.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See you later.
Bye.